What's up, guys? Welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you your Hero of the Week. This week's Hero of the Week is the beautiful Ice Priestess that can melt your heart, Frostbow. So Frostbow is considered a rare DPS that has a ratings of A on survivability, triple S on DPS, and S for support. Frostbow is considered as your archer DPS that packs a punch from the rear, and her defining ability, her ability to freeze and slow targets to stop them on their tracks. Now, freeze targets are considered stunned and are unable to move, and her ability to freeze can also interrupt casting of awakenings, while slow targets has slower casting time and attacking time. Her main ability, the Departed Sentiments, summons a flock of icy birds in the air, dealing 300% attack damage and 25 ice damage to any random target for a total of 13 seconds. Now, frozen enemies will also take 20% more damage from the skill. Frostbow can also continue attacking while the awakening is happening. However, she will not get any rage during the time period. Her basic attack consists of casting an ice arrow that deals 120% attack. When it hits a target, it will explode and hit two units at 80 range for about 50% of the total damage. This also restores 8 rage to Frostbow, and each attack has a 25% chance to freeze the target for 2 seconds. Now, let's take a look at her talent trees. Ice Barrier has a 22% chance of freezing her attacker for 3 seconds, and when Frostbow uses her Awakening, the mage troops will also get awakened attacks. Her attack speed, rage 4 are all self-explanatory, and power leak reduces enemies' attack power by 11%. Now, let's discuss Frostbow's pros and cons. We'll start with the pros. Firstly, her ability to freeze is no joke. This can save your party at any given time. She is great to use on layers if you're just starting out. She's also irreplaceable on the Mountain Bandit. Her ability to slow him down and freeze him gives you more damage output from all your troops and heroes. And in PvP, she is decent and can cause problems for the other team. Now for her cons. Let's start with her freezing ability. Of course, freezing slowing down targets is good, but this comes in the RNG category. Will you freeze your opponents or not? If you freeze them, you're going to win, and if not, you won't. More likely than not, you won't freeze your opponents. After all, this is only a 25% chance that you can freeze your targets and 22% chance to freeze them when they are attacking Frostbow. But when will they start attacking Frostbow? And usually at the end of the fight when she's the last man standing. And unfortunately, this makes her ability less useful than it sounds. I wouldn't recommend relying too much on her freezing ability. And now for her awakening ability. The first time I saw this, the only drawback I can see in this is Frostbow's inability to get any rage for whatever time the game has it on. Unfortunately, the game doesn't explain how long Frostbow is unable to get any rage. All it states is Frostbow will not get any rage during a period of time. Now, I actually counted when she will be able to gain rage again, and to my disappointment, she can only get rage back when her awakening finishes. That's 13 seconds of no rage gain. The game could have just said so instead of getting your hopes up, but unfortunately, it did not. And finally, her basic attacks. Now, the basic attack states that You have a 25% chance to freeze your targets, which I explained earlier. But Frostbow actually has two types of basic attacks. One stated in the game, which she shoots the ice arrow, and the other is not mentioned. The other basic attack is she shoots an icy bird, and this icy bird, as far as I know, does not, and I repeat, does not freeze her targets, but slows them down. As far as I know, this is not a frozen state, so your awakening does not get any damage boost when the target is slowed. You can correct me if I'm wrong and leave a comment below and show us some evidence of this, but as far as I can tell, it is not a frozen state. And believe me, I want to get corrected by this. Now, for my overall thoughts on Frostbow. She's a decent DPS that relies on RNG for her support. She's also decent in PvP and probably really good if she can freeze her targets a couple of times. Uh, really good on the Mountain Bandit. She's overwhelmingly irreplaceable when you're attempting to kill the Mountain Bandit, which is possible by the way, and decent in story mode as well. However, she will lose out to Sohi in the later chapters. So in the end, would I swap Sohi out for Frostbow? Unfortunately, I have to say no. Frostbow doesn't pack quite a punch as Sohi, but she is decent nonetheless. So, guys, that's it for this week's Hero of the Week. I'll leave you guys with the last bit of the lair for you to watch Frostbow in action. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it informative. It really helps a lot knowing that my work gets recognized by you guys. And of course, leave a comment below if you have any suggestions for next week's Hero of the Week. This is Munchkins logging off. Happy gaming, guys, and see you next week.